Well, you know what? We're moving from one holiday right into the next. And we're not that far from Valentine's Day. So with that in mind, for your little love bug, we're going to make some very special cupcakes. Jen Scott from Sweet Treats by Jen is here and make it so simple for us, or at least it looks simple. But that's what we're talking about. It's Valentine's Day, not
We are. And for some reason in retail, you walk through the stores and there's like 3 different holidays, but we're just going to focus on one today. And these are actually really simple. It'd be great for your child's classroom. I can give you some little tips on the way how to adapt it to your child's classroom. But what you're going to need basically is some fondant and a rolling pin and some cupcakes. So it's not too many supplies at all.
Okay, and the fondant you can get, this is what you pick up in the pails.
You can.
So
you can get it in different colors, so it comes in black and red and white. So if you don't want to buy the food color, you can get it already pre-made. Or you can buy white plastic fondant and then buy the gel colors to then color it.
And it's the gel colors that'll give you the really bright colors, not the regular.
Gel or paste are best for coloring fondant, just also because they don't change the consistency of the fondant. Where a liquid would make it sticky.
Okay, so that's another thing that you've got to be careful of. Okay, and these, by the way, are the cutest little little love bugs that we're going to be making. I'm just going to hold them up so that they can see. I always find it's helpful if I can take a look at the finished product.
Yes.
Before I make it, at least gives me something to aim for.
And I will have a breakdown on the website of these.
Perfect.
So I've got some black fondant here, pre-colored. To remember with coloring, if you don't want your hands dyed for the next few days, put some Crisco on your hands before, or vegetable shortening. It prevents the color from sticking to your hands.
Okay. Perfect. I guess you could use the little latex gloves too if you wanted to, or the thin little gloves.
Of course,
you have to keep it on.
So
how thin are we going to roll this? How thin does it need to be?
It needs to be about 1/4 of an inch.
Okay.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't have cookie cutters at home, I brought a staple that everyone should have in their house is a cup. And these are kids' cups. And you can take an X-Acto knife and you can cut around, or you can just use the cup and you can turn it.
Okay.
And that gives you your black shape.
Okay.
So it's really simple to do.
Simple is good. Very good. You've seen me decorate before, so. Okay, and that's just going to sit right on top. Now, you've cut the curved part of the cupcake off, so it's kind of flat.
You can either leave it flat, like I did with those, or you can leave the bump on if you want a more curved bug.
Okay. So in this case, these are just
they're
flat.
I like doing them flat because then the fondant covers the entire cupcake and then they dry out less.
Okay. Oh, that's a good idea. A good tip.
So then that's your step 1. And then you just get rid of your black fondant for now. Now step 2, if you have a scallop cutter at home, you can use a scallop cutter. Or if you don't and you don't want to buy the supplies, you can use your cup again. All you need is the same size of whatever you were using.
Okay, so we want it the same size as that. So you could use the same cup then to make it exactly the same.
Exactly, and it cuts back on your supplies then. It's just less tools that you have to worry about. So again, you use your cup. And the great thing about the cup is then you can use the other side to cut out where the head's going to be. So it works for double.
Oh, look at that.
So all I'm doing is taking the X-Acto knife and cutting around.
And you just cut that right out.
Yep. You just want to cut for me today.
There we go.
So
But I like that it doesn't cut for you because it doesn't have to be perfect.
It doesn't have to be perfect.
Perfect.
It's just sticky fondant today.
There we go.
So then this just sets on top of this. So whatever cutter you use, just make sure that it's the same size.
Can I try this one and then
for sure.
follow what you're doing? Okay. Because as our audience knows, if Susan can do it, anyone can do it.
So the next part would be to take the end of, say if you have a paintbrush, anything round at the end, paintbrush would work the best, probably for those at home. And you're just going to make 2 divots that you're going to put the eyeballs into.
Oh, okay. So there we go, there's 1, 2.
And it just allows them to sink in a little bit more so that they're not sitting quite on top. And I'll give you a piece of white.
All right.
So you're going to break off a tiny little piece, about the size of a little pea, and you're just going to roll a ball. And then it just sits into that divot.
Oh, that makes it so easy. It's not going to roll away.
Exactly.
There we go. You do better circles than I do.
I've had a lot of practice.
There we go. Okay,
So then after
eyeballs are ready?
your eyes, you're going to take, you can use a piping tip for this. So if you have a piping tip, it's playing double duty now. And all I'm doing is just taking the edge of it to create its mouth.
You made a smile.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you want
Make
to,
a
you
smiley bug here.
can add two little
There we go.
divots. So you can either use, I have a special tool, lollipop sticks would work too at home to make the two little circles on the end of its mouth.
You're being fancy.
Just to pick it up a notch. So now I also have some white food coloring here, and I'm just going to take my paintbrush, and I'm going to give the little love bug some eyelashes quick.
That's so cute. We've got about a minute, just so you know. Okay, I'm going to try to do this too.
I'm just going to
And then you just let me know.
No problem. I'm just going to roll out the black fondant again, quick.
All right.
So then I'm going to cut out the little hearts.
Look at that. You know what? We'll keep going. We'll come back at the close and show our finished little love bugs.
For sure.
Courtesy of Sweet Treats from Jen.
So I'm going to put a line down the middle, and then 4 hearts go on 2 on either side.
Okay. So we'll keep working on our love bugs. We'll show you a finished product at the end. And when we come back, we've got more daytime, so stay with us. We're finishing off our little love bug cupcakes just in time for Valentine's Day. Jen Scott from Sweet Treats by Jen giving us the step-by-step. And you mentioned this will be step-by-step. The guide will be on your website.
Yes, there'll be a full picture tutorial on the website so you can find out how to do this if you've missed anything. So I've got some pre-roll fondant. I've already cut out the hearts that we need. So for each cupcake, you need 4 hearts to finish the antennas.
Okay.
So you just take a lollipop stick. So I've pre-cut these. You can use an X-Acto knife to score the lollipop stick where you want to break it off. You're just going to place 1 heart on one side,
Okay.
and you're going to match the other heart up on the other side, and you just push them together, and they stick.
Okay. There we go.
Right?
Right.
And then all you do is insert it just behind the black, and then repeat with the second stick.
And that makes the little antenna.
Makes the little antennas, and then you can see them. So if you have kids, then they know to pull them out. There's no hidden toothpicks or anything.
Which is great, especially for kids. Speaking of kids, this would be a really good treat, you know, on special occasions. Kids like to bring treats to their classes. This would be a great one. And you were telling me it's easy to adapt if you've got food allergies.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you can get the gluten-free cake mixes as well in the grocery store, but if you have like an egg allergy or they can't have milk, so a dairy allergy, you can take a cake mix in a can of pop, so like a ginger ale or a 7-Up, and just add it into that. So only that.
In place of the egg,
In place of everything
the
else.
liquid.
So you
Okay.
it's just the cake mix and just the can of pop. Don't add any of the other ingredients on the box.
And that works.
Yes, it acts as a leavening agent and it's your liquid for the batter. So.
What a great idea. I absolutely love that. So then you can bring in a treat that could be gluten-free if you get the gluten-free batter.
Yeah.
It could be egg-free, milk-free. Everybody gets to enjoy it, and that doesn't affect the taste at all.
No.
I think that-
And the fondant, the version I see in town is also a nut-free product. So then you're complying with all the schools.
Perfect. And like I said, if Susan can do it, anybody can do it. Look at, I made that one little fun cupcake. How cute is that? And the tutorial for it is going to be on Jen's website. You can see his antenna. And you can find out how to make your own little love bugs just in time for Valentine's Day. Thanks, Jen.
No problem.
That's so cute. He's too cute to eat them. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.